Welcome to today's chemistry lecture. In this lecture, we are going to discuss substances that present in water. We will discuss that how many types and kinds of minerals or salts or acids that's present in different kind of water bodies. So without wasting any time, let's start our today's lecture. Substances present in water obtained from natural sources. Water from nature sources like rivers, lakes, and underground aquifers is never just pure water. It naturally dissolves and carries a variety of substances. Some of these are highly beneficial, while others can be deeply hazardous. Why? Let's see. Useful substances means dissolved oxygen. How it enters in water? Atmospheric diffusion. Oxygen gas from air naturally dissolves into water surface. The second, photosynthesis. Aquatic plants and algae produce oxygen as a byproduct of photosynthesis and release it directly to the water. Why it matters? Aquatic organisms, including fish, rely entirely on this dissolved oxygen to breathe and survive. The overall health, biodiversity, and balance of an aquatic ecosystem are directly tied to how much dissolved oxygen is available. Harmful substances and their effects. When human activities or specific natural processes introduce harmful agents into water bodies, the water becomes contaminated. Here are the four major categories of pollutants. First, harmful microbes means pathogens. Their sources: human and animal waste, landfills, agriculture runoff, faulty septic tanks, and improperly treated industrial waste, water or sewage. For example, harmful bacteria, viruses, and parasites. Health impacts. Drinking water contaminated with these microbes leads to severe infectious waterborne disease like dysentery, typhoid, hepatitis, and cholera. Second is heavy metals and their compounds. Their sources: industrial wastewater discharge from factories, mining operations, and the widespread use of certain fertilizers and pesticides. Key example: lead, mercury, calcium, chromium, and arsenic. Health impacts. These metals accumulate in the body all the time. They damage vital organs like liver and kidneys, cause neurological, brain and nerve problems, and specific metals like arsenic and cadmium significantly elevate the risk of developing cancers. The third are plastics, means microplastics. Their sources are the breakdown and degradation of large plastic waste, wastewater, and rainwater, sweeping plastic debris into water channels. The threat: these are incredibly tiny fragments called microplastic, which have been detected in both tap and bottled water. Health impact: because they are so small, microplastic can enter the body and have been found in organs like lungs and blood. Inside the body, they can disrupt the immune and reproductive system. Nitrates and phosphates. Their sources: naturally via the wearing of rocks, but heavily increased by human sources such as agriculture, fertilizer, laundry, detergent, and industrial runoff. The dual nature: in small amounts they are essential nutrient for plants like, however, when excessive amounts pour into a water body, they trigger a destructive ecological process called eutrophication. Here are some key points that to be noticed. First is nutrient influx, which is rain washes excess agriculture fertilizers that are rich in nitrogen and phosphorus or detergent into a lake or pond. Second terminology is algal bloom. The sudden surplus of nutrients cause algae and aquatic plants to grow at explosive, uncontrollable rate on the water's surface. third key point is oxygen depletion. This thick layer of algae blocks sunlight from reaching deeper plants, causing them to die. Furthermore, when the massive algal bloom eventually dies, bacteria decompose the dead organic matter. This decomposition process consumes the vast amount of the water's dissolved oxygen. The fourth important is ecosystem collapse. With dissolved oxygen level dropping to critical lows, fish and other aquatic organisms suffocate and die completely, disrupting the entire ecosystem.